Good morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. I hope you all are doing well on this Wednesday morning. I hope you guys had a great day yesterday, Tuesday. Hope your Monday was good as well. Hope your week so far has been okay. So, I am back just to chit chat, see how y'all doing. And as you see, I did get my hair done. And this girl got a longer ponytail. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, honey. I said, make it longer. Make it longer. So she made my ponytail longer. What y'all think about that? I am running so late. I gotta do better. I'm gonna make it there on time. But I'm gonna be pushing it. Now remember when I was over on here the other day, a couple of days ago, and I said this phone look like it's darkening down. Well, guess what, y'all? Guess what? I kept looking at myself, and I kept on saying, you look funny. And remember last week we had here in Chicago, we had hot weather. Like 95, 96, something like that. It was really, really warm. Well, guess what? In that little short time, sister girl got a tan. Yes, ma'am. That's why I don't think it was the phone looking darker. I think I was looking darker. So, yes. I'm going to be playing with this hair all day. I already know. But anywho, I digress. So yeah, I'm looking darker. I'm looking darker because eyes are darker. Yes, I am. I don't know what color lipstick to put on. I have no clue what color to put on. What should we put on? I gotta find it. I don't know what color lipstick to put on. I might put this brown back on. Anywho, I saw some of you all responded. I'm gonna have to find my lipstick. I don't know what's in here somewhere. I didn't get a chance to put it on. That's how much I was rushing. I don't know why I cannot get out the house on time. I don't know why. I know doggone well I should be out the house way before now. I don't know what's my deal. I'm going to do better. I keep saying, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better every day. And I think one of the reasons why I've had a hard time getting up this week, because this is the first full week that I've been back in my apartment, in my bed. It's the first full week. And also because you know, I don't know if I told y'all, I think I did come on here and tell y'all yesterday that I hurt my back. So I'm still having pain. Lipstick. Stop playing. Need to find me some lipstick. So, yesterday when I was on here, I was talking to you all about the young lady and her situation with her husband, you know, forcing her or whatever. And I told you all that I would come back on here and I would tell y'all a little story about myself. So I had been dating this guy. I met him on a dating app, and we had been dating. Okay, now, you know what? Yeah, you need to get the F over, like, right now. You can't drive that slow. I know we're in a slow lane, but you cannot drive that slow. Come on now. But anyway, I had met this guy on a dating app, and we started dating, and, you know, He's a little bit older than me, not that much. I think like maybe 3-4 years older than me. Well, what I did not know was that he liked to get high. Weed. He would smoke them blunts, them, and his stupid ass would cough and cough and cough and cough to the point that I always thought he was going to throw up. So I asked him, I said, I didn't know that you got high. He said, I don't do it all the time. He said every once in a while, I'll smoke me a blunt or whatever. So that turned me off. I don't like men who smoke marijuana. I don't like men who drink and be drunk. I just don't. So I told him that. And he said, well, I'm going to make sure, I don't do it around you or whatever. I said, you know what? I said, that's some bullshit. I said, because the more comfortable that you become around me, you're going to do it because that's what you do. And I said, I don't know how that's going to work. So every time I would come over there, he had stopped doing it. So I was really attracted to him. He was attracted to me. Things was going smooth. Okay, so we become intimate, and the first time you become intimate with somebody, it can be kind of awkward, right? It can be awkward, you all because it's like you all got to learn each other's rhythm, right? You all got to learn each other's flow, see how that person is or whatever. So I just took it that maybe it wasn't good the first time because it was the first time. So we go a second time, kind of like the first time. So I'm like, okay. So we get up to about 6 or 7 times, and I would go over there every Friday. We would go out to dinner, go to the movies or whatever. Then I would go and I would spend the night with him every Friday. We were doing this. That shit was horrible. If the wind blew fast past him, his dick wouldn't have been able to stay hard. So I chalked it up to the fact that maybe it was the marijuana. I'm like, because I'm not understanding. So it just wasn't getting no better. Then in the midst of us doing all of that, one day I am at work in the alley dumping garbage. He calls me and I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, what's up? Okay, let me back up. In the midst of the sex being horrible and not good, I finally asked him, I said, what is the issue? I said, is it me? Because I was like, I don't think it's me. I said, what's the issue? I said, because I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. So he was like, no, it's not you. He was like, no. He was like, I take this. So then he said he was taking this medicine. He had been in a car accident some years ago, and he did have an eye that kind of like he had like a lazy eye. And he said, have you noticed how my eye is? And I said, yeah. He had big eyes anyway. And he said, so he started telling me the story. He said, so I think it's the medicine that I'm taking that is causing me to not be able to stay, erect. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, but the medicine got something to do with your mouth too? Because you're horrible with that too. So I said to him, I said, it was was like wrestling with a bear. Every time he couldn't get in position, he just couldn't. So I said, well, what kind of women are you used to dating? So he said, well, what do you mean? I said, I'm a thick girl. I got a lot of booty. Do you date women that's shaped up like me, or do you date women that are smaller? He said, well, I date both. He said, I like plus size women. I like thick women. You know, he said, so I don't have no issue with plus size women. I said, okay. I said, well, I just want to know. I said, because, you know, everybody ain't built to be able to handle a big booty girl. I said, I'm just being honest, you know. He was like, no, that's not it. You know, he was like, that's not it. He said, I really think it's the medicine. So I said, okay. So every Friday I would get geeked. I would think, maybe it's going to be different. Maybe it's going to be better this week. Maybe. Nope. So he calls me up one day while I'm at work. And he says, hey, what's going on? I'm like, nothing, what's going on with you? And he said, you know, I need to talk to you. I said, all right, what you need to talk to me about? He said, you know, it was something that I didn't mention to you, that I should have mentioned to you. I said, okay. And he says, well, right before I started talking to you, he said I was in a relationship. Now, I knew he had been in a relationship because we talked about that kind of stuff. He said, and we had decided that we were going to take a break from each other because we was having some issues. And he said, and she, and so he said, so I really didn't end the relationship. We just took a break because we was having a lot of issues, and we just felt that, you know, we needed to, you know, work on our issues, so forth and so on. So I said, oh, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, what do you, I mean, like, I'm like, what? Because I understood it, but I was like, here come the bullshit, right? Because I knew it was going to be something. So he said, yeah. He said, well, he said she came, she called me up. Oh, no, he said she came over. And we talked. And she wants us to get back together. Okay. So he's quiet now. I said, okay, so what? He's like, so, you know, I want to give her another chance, but I have feelings for you too. Motherfucker, what? I said, listen here. I said, I don't have time to play no damn games. I'm too old. You too old. I said, what is it that you want to do? I just don't know. I don't know what I want to do because I know how I feel about you. I said, well, obviously, how you feel about her, you still have feelings because you allowed her to come back and tell you that she wants y'all to work it out, and you want to work it out with her. So go work it out. But nothing, motherfucker. Because you want to be selfish. You want me and you want her. And you want me to be on the sideline to wait to see if this story sounds familiar. And we just went through this with somebody else. You want me to sit on the sideline and wait to see if y'all shit work out. Go to hell. So I said, that's not gonna happen. I said, you can't hold on to me or keep me in a holding pattern while you try to figure out what's going to go on between you and her. Obviously, it didn't work. So you need to leave. You should leave that shit alone and move on. I said, but since you seem to not be able to do that, I said, let me help you. See ya. I was pissed. Because I felt like, motherfucker, you knew that when you got with me. You should have told me that in the door, because I would have never gave you none. Okay? So, in the midst of all of that, he would call me, he would text me, whatever, I just want to know how you was doing or whatever. So one day he asked me, he said, he said, I know I messed up. He was like, but I would like to, can we just go out, maybe just sit down and just talk. So we did. We went out and we sat down and we talked, and I let his ass have it. I said, you wasted my time. You knew you had a situation, and you knew the situation that you had was not over. I said, and clearly you have some strong feelings for this girl, because you wouldn't have even considered taking her back if you didn't. He was like, you right. But I told you, how I feel about you too. I said, well, I don't really give a fuck about how you feel about me. I said, because at this point, I'm not even important. I said, because of the simple fact that I'm not important. Okay, y'all, I gotta go punch in. Hold up. So I said, you should have just been honest about your situation instead of trying to talk to me and all of this. I said, you knew better than anybody what your situation was. I said, so I don't even know why you trying to act like you don't. So I said, it's all good. I said, it's all good. I said, it is what it is. And I said, it is what it is. And I said, and I'm good with that. So in the midst of all of that, the relationship, it was over. But like I said, he would still text, he would still call, whatever. So anyway, I ended up getting COVID. And when I got COVID, I had got COVID after, I think I had COVID when I went out with him, but I didn't know I had COVID. So I called him up and I said, I got COVID. And I said, and I know we went out, and I said, and I don't want to give you anything. I said, so make sure you get tested. So he did, and he called me back and he was like, no, I don't have it. I was like, oh, okay, good. Despite the fact that I was super pissed at him for how he did with how he handled, what he handled. Of course, I don't want nobody to get, COVID. So he called me one time. So in the midst of that, he told me, he said, well, you know what? He said, I don't think that it's going to work between me and her. He was like, because we having the same issues. I said, well, I already had told you that. So this was in the process of him, calling me. He would call me or whatever. So he was like, it's just not working. I was like, okay. So he was like, I know you wouldn't take me back or whatever because you mad or whatever. And I said, I'm just mad at the way that you handled it. And I said, there's just a lot of things that I'm not happy with with the way that you did what you did. So when I got COVID, he said, I'll bring you something to eat, some soup. I said, okay. He literally lived so close to me that I could walk to his house. If that mofo bought me soup, you bought me soup. Never brought it. Never called. Never said nothing. Three days went past. Now, I ain't got worse, right? I'm getting sicker. 3 days passed. And he called me or he texted me. I didn't answer him. Because first of all, I'm sicker. Secondly, you said you was gonna bring the soup. You didn't bring the soup. I'm not finna hunt you down to ask you why you didn't bring the soup. Another guy who I wasn't even dealing with brought me soup, Tylenol, some tea, something else. Then the heat went out in my apartment. He brought me a space heater. He come calling me 3 days, so I didn't answer. So now we like in the middle of the week, and now I went through the worst part of it. Then I started to get better. So now he calling again. So I answered the phone. I let him back up. He texted. And I was real mean and real nasty. But prior to that, before that happening, he accused me of stalking him. I said, how do you stalk broke dick? You don't even know how to satisfy me and I'm stalking you? Really? I said, please, I ain't stalking you. It was something that he owed. He was laid off because he was a chef and he got laid off because of COVID. So he was trying to get another job where he could work from home or something, and he was asking me to help him with his resume. And I had told him that I would help him. And so he wasn't answering his phone, and I was like, what else do you want me to put on this resume? And so he had the nerve to tell me that I was stalking him. I'm helping you, motherfucker. You ain't doing nothing for me. So anywho, I never did do the resume. I got sick, and when he never called to check up on me, I told him. So a couple of days went by, he kept texting, I wasn't answering. So finally when I did answer, I let him have it again. I said, you knew that I was sick. I said, and you didn't even call. I said, you told me you was gonna bring the soup. I said, you didn't even show up with the soup. I said, I guess you was out fucking old girl and you couldn't bring some soup over here. I said, you literally live up the street from me. I said, but it's all good. I said, but don't call my motherfucking phone no more. Don't text me no more. Don't say shit to me. Leave me the hell alone. He made up all these 1,000,001 motherfucking excuses why he didn't bring the soup, and if you had told me, well, I gotta tell you, you already said you was gonna do it. You know a person is sick, just do it. Just a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. So I was done. I was done. And since then, he has tried several times to call me, to talk to me. I'm done. When you show me that you don't care about me, especially when I have something like COVID, and you don't even take the time out to say, hey, I know you, even though we not together and we not talking like that anymore, I know you still helped me out with my resume or whatever. He gonna accuse me of stalking him. How the fuck I'm stalking you? I'm doing you a favor. That's why, y'all, I'm just gonna be 100. I cannot be bothered. I really just cannot be bothered. I so enjoy being by myself. And that is real talk. Do I miss companionship? Yeah, I miss it. But to a certain degree, I don't. Because trying to deal with people and deal with people's shenanigans, it's just too much. It's just too much. So, that's a part of me that's kind of glad, that I'm single. So, y'all, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and put these Band-Aids on my toe. My toe is still... I'm waiting for the toenail to stop hurting. Well, it didn't stop hurting, but I don't want to take a chance on really making it worse than what it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. I'll be back. But y'all have a good, blessed day. And I'll see you when I see you. All right. Bye.